Hi. Hi, I got 10 people right now. I'm really mad. I wasn't allowed to go on YouTube. Not on my Hoggetha page. I had to go on my kitty page. That makes me mad. Hi, Karen. How are you? You know, I got a stupid, um, copyright strike against me, so I can't go live for a week over on YouTube. I don't know. I think it's because of the Republicans. You know, they're completely controlling our lives right now. Even though Joe Biden is in office, you know, we have wonderful people and they're fighting for us. But we're still feeling the effects of the Trump administration and the fascism. Hi, beautiful. Your makeup looks so pretty today. Thank you. I I woke up today. Marquina's not here, you know, and I need to run some errands. So I get my Wonder Woman cut. I feel like a Wonder Woman today. I do. Woke up today, and you know, Agatha, I feel like a wonder. So I see Karen and Jerry and Amanda and Heather Hoggy, love you. Fair play, babe. Why? I don't know what you mean. The I don't know. I think the Republicans are still. I have the Trump flu. It's something. It's something is getting me. And can you believe that man may run again? Oh my goodness. I don't. Do we even want a country anymore? You know. Yeah, making me some coffee right now. Raises Wonder Woman mug. Yay! Don't you love her? You know what I'm gonna tell you? Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. She was really my first lesbian crush. Beautiful. And the fact that she is part Latina, you guys didn't know that, did you? You didn't know a Mexican was Wonder Woman, did you? All you racists out there don't even know that. You didn't even bother to care. Hi, Hoggy Chicago here. I need some coffee. Oh, Wilson, you should get some. Yeah, you know what? And you know what? I'm not too proud. I'll drink McDonald's McCafe coffee. It's McCafe. McCafe. Um, this would be a premium. I'm drinking premium coffee. What are you drinking? Probably some cheap stuff. I only drink good coffees, you know, premiums. Um, what did Rusty? Hey, honey, looking fab. Thank you, John. Just put a little something, you know. This is actually the first time I'm wearing this blouse. I got it from Walmart. I always, you know, I'm always there for the Sam Walton exclusives. Whenever Sam Walton is debuting a new design, I'm really one of the first women in line. You know, because I don't want to wear what other women are wearing in my neighborhood. And you know what? And I always go in for the deals. 297, 297. It was one of those rollback deals. Remember when Walmart used to do the rollback deals? Remember when Kmart used to do the blue light specials? Um, hey, honey, looking fab. Thank you. You look more like an actual woman today. You know what? I think that's really sad, Rusty, for you to say something like that. As if women have to look a certain way for you, right? As it's their job to like please you with their aesthetics and look a certain way. What a sexist and misogynistic thing to say to a woman. First of all, it's not my duty to look a certain way for you. I'm not here for you to critique or judge. Okay? You look more like an actual woman, and all women are women. I don't know why you would say I don't look like an actual woman when I am a woman. So, duh, I am a woman. Hi. Oh, Tom from Australia. How are you? Or Tam. It's Tam. Yeah. Did you let it? Were you Asian? We Tam. I asked you if you're Australasian. last time I saw you, didn't I? You look amazing. Thank you, Bob. Jerry says, how do you wake up looking so gorgeous? You know what? It's really my outlook. As you tell, I'm in a really good mood today. I felt like Wonder Woman. Woke up feeling like Wonder Woman. I just felt really good. And I got my health. I got my new rerouted heart. I got that to feel thankful for. Even though a man did it, a cisgendered heterosexual married man. So I can imagine. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these people, but he's Persian, so I don't know how they treat their women over there. But anyway, the goddess worked through him, and gave me a second life, chance at life. So I have to at least be grateful for that. You look amazing. Hello, love you, Hoggy. Fuck Karen and her stupid. I know, right? Yes, Linda Carter was my favorite Wonder Woman. Watched all 3 seasons with my mom. There was only 3. I love it. But I'm gonna tell you, I have that Roku device, and they're just, and I don't know if they're just coming after me because I'm a lesbian, but I'm gonna tell you, I think I'm gonna make an iced coffee. It's warm. See, but then I won't be able to use my Wonder Woman cup. I'll drink it. I'll drink it hot. I will. I'll do that. Let me put a little cream in it. But that probably, I don't want to use any carbohydrates. It's that fake creamer. You guys, I got this at Amazon, and I think what a cute set. I also got the sugar. I wanted like a restaurant style. Look at that. Not neat. It's where the cream comes out. I know what you men are thinking. You guys are pigs. All you do is you think about the head downstairs. You're probably looking at this going, oh yeah, baby. Yeah, look at my cream comes out of the tip too. Pigs. Men, they're really bugging me today. You're just pigs. All you do is you just have all these sexual thoughts all day long. So maybe I didn't wake up on the wrong. Maybe I did wake up on the wrong side of it. I don't know, but I don't know. Today it's just I'm just not putting up with it from men today. Hello, Hogs. You never went to sleep, Melissa. Why? Hi, Ashley, dear. How are you? Ashley has beautiful lips. I've noticed that about Ashley. She has nice lips. Wilson drinks Bustelo. Well, that's because you're not racist. You'll drink, you drink, you don't mind drinking a Latin drink, Gotta get in my chair. Okay, here we go. Oh. Heather, you're watching from Wales. I know a couple homosexuals in Wales. They're safe though. They've never, even though they are men, they're not misogynistic. Although they won't sleep with women. They don't find women attractive, but you know what? I'm starting to think that homosexual men are misogynistic. I mean, what's wrong with women? I'm a woman and I'm a lesbian. I love women. You got these homosexuals that are just, I don't know. I think maybe they are misogynistic, and I just never thought about it. McCafe. Oh, I drink Bustelo. Goth Queen Hoggy. You getting kind of gothy today? Colette, hi. Holly and Joseph, how are you? Sam Walt Collection, love you, Hoggy. Wilson says Kmart, Ventures, Zane, Community. We're all, yeah, well, you know what? I only know Kmart. I don't know those other ones. Wilson, what time is it there? It is 10:24. Good morning, Kimberly. Hi, Maliki Bask. Looking sexy as always. Thank you so much, darling. Stacy, how are you? Hot whiskey and lemonade needed to soothe. Hoggy, I finally caught you. Desiree, where have you been, darling? Good morning, sexy lady. Hi, Jennifer. Hoggy, you look beautiful. So happy to see you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. You guys might notice I have a little bit of a tan. Me and Marquina, we went out to the beach, and Oh, I got hair in my mouth. Hi, Hoggy. I'm looking like a smoking hottie. You should have seen me on the beach. I wore my bathing suit. A lot of women. There's a lot of women out there. They don't really wear bathing suits anymore. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the last time you guys have been to a beach. Especially, what gorgeous, beautiful Southern California. Um, I don't know where'd all the pretty people go. My God. I mean, and I don't mean pretty in my eyes. I mean in like, in a conventional universal beauty way. I mean, have we really finally won? Have we won? Like you go on the beach and you just see these beautiful, beautiful big bodies. Just, oh, real people, the stretch marks and the rolls and the ugly, not ugly, what other people might say is ugly, just the bathing suits. I don't care. I'm here to enjoy myself, and I'm going to wear a ripped up pair of pants and jeans, and I don't care. I'm here to live my life. Might be your last day on earth, so why not go to the beach and just let it all hang out, your rolls, your cellulite, and really make a statement and make those bikini bottoms go all the way up your butt. Why even wear them, really? But we really want to see all of it. We want to see the whole trailer. Okay, I want to see it all. I want to see the pimples. I want to see the scars and the hair, everything. Okay. Your scars beautiful, Hoggy gave you. Yes, I do. It did. But now I just need to go get the areolas puffed up and I'll be good. I heard that they're working on these like little implants you can just put right under the nipples, and that's all I want. Oh, my tiny town made the news last night. What happened, Jen? I don't want, I rarely watch. I just woke up actually. Brings back good memories. Hi, Riley. Diner style cream holder. Wow, I'm behind. Oh, great divide cream. You like cream? I bet you do. Bet you do, great divide. Divide. Opinion on body positive pride. Oh, I just went over that, didn't I? Spectrum of the beach. The beautiful obese bodies. Oh, beautiful. They're beautiful. You guys, I'm gonna skip a bunch of comments, and I'm sorry about that. And I'll go back a little bit. Goth trailer park realness with that Walmart. Really? See, now when I was a girl and I was growing it, you lost a lot of weight, Hoggy. Well done. Love from the UK. SJ, thank you so much. You can't really give me all the credit. It could be my heart attack and triple bypass surgery and hospitalization for almost 2 weeks. That might have something to do with it. But thank you. But I'm trying to gain weight back, and luckily I've gained 10 pounds back since I come home. It just, I don't know, Marquina doesn't touch me the way she used to. And I think it has to do with my weight. She prefers a thick woman. And she told me, you know what, Agatha, when I got back from the hospital and I was losing weight, she goes, you can do side bends and you could even do sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt. And I did. I did lose my butt. Once before he was a guy. Hello, beautiful friend. Amy! My heart hurts today as I prepared for my baby to go off to college in a few weeks. I'm an emotional mess as we prepare. Oh no, Amy. Are you going to be an empty nester? And when I mean go off to college, I hope, do you mean going and living in a dorm? Get it, girl. I live 1 hour from Daytona Beach. Oh, Colleen, so you probably go out there and really see all the obese bodies, don't you? I'm imagining Florida might have some obese, beautiful bodies. Yeah, don't get me wrong. A lot of people, when they hear me say obese, they're like, "Oh no, that's ugly." Oh, I think it's beautiful. And especially when you are really obese, and you know what, you don't wear your cover, you just wear the bathing suit, and you're in a mobility scooter. I saw a beautiful, beautiful, just bountiful woman at the beach in a mobility scooter in her bathing suit with really all of her rolls just hanging over the seat. her butt didn't. It was gorgeous. It was, and I'm thinking, you know what, health at every size, really. And she was beautiful, and it's really something to look at. And I think Marquina was she was turning her head. Hi, Hoggy. I can see Hogatha now strutting the beach in her cut off Daisy Dukes and a barely there bikini top. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to look good. I want to feel good about my body. I'm positive about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. And I'm gonna tell. I turned some heads. I'll tell you. And I'm like, you know what? I feel great. Look at all the attention I'm getting. I Wow. I mean, I felt really good. Or maybe they knew who I was, huh? No, because no, they didn't ask me for an autograph or anything. Did you have? Oh, yeah. Look at Cheryl. Look at. I got coffee in my Wonder Woman cup. I haven't taken it. Now, you guys, I have to take out my teeth because if I drink hot drinks, it'll melt them. Okay, it'll melt my teeth. So, and I got to keep them at the right, a configuration. Did you hear about the shooting in BC this week? BC, you guys don't allow guns. They don't allow guns in BC. Some guy went out shooting a bunch of homeless people. I mean, you can't have guns in British Columbia, can you? You're not allowed to do that. How do they have guns there when you're not allowed to do that? It was so sad. It was so sad, guys. Hoggy asked the doctor to do the areolas while she was under, and can you believe they said no? They could have transferred some fat at least. Morning, Hoggy for New Orleans. You're looking great. Thank you, Hal. How are you? Oh, sweetheart. Do a cannonball in the pool. It wakes me up every time. Hi. Where is the best place you've been on holiday? Oh, you're one of those foreigners, huh? So you mean vacation. Yeah, in the United States, we say vacation, the best place. Um, I would say Mammoth Lakes, California was really nice and beautiful. Um, I guess if I'm looking for peace and quiet, Mammoth Lakes was the place. We had a really pretty cabin on a creek, and we saw bears, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful and quiet. You just hear the trickling of the creek right outside the window. That was nice. That was nice. Oh yeah, everyone is just normal at the beach. Rolls for days. Yes, Hoggy, she will be moving on campus. Now, Amy, is your daughter a virgin? I don't know if you share that kind of information in your family, or some families aren't open enough to talk about sex. Gotta keep the fupa fatty and juicy. Well, yeah, Jerry, of course. And I struggled. I wore a two-piece bathing suit, and the fupa it's really the most protruding part of my body. Um, and it was getting a lot of sun, and I'm thinking, do I really want to tan my fupa, and potentially burn it? Um, I've never really burnt my fupa, so it was really kind of almost, we'll say virgin skin, really, because I used to wear one piece bathing suits because, the oppression. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go full bikini, and I'm gonna let my bikini body just shine. But that shine was very pale, and I'm like, wow, that fupa area is starting to get a little pink. So I'm like, do I let the sun tan it and burn it, and potentially freckle it and make it? So I put a towel over it. I eventually put a towel over my fupa, and that wasn't to hide it. That was to preserve it. I wanted to stay like the baby soft skin that it is. It's baby soft and smooth, And I don't want to get it blistered. I don't want to get it freckled. I don't want it to peel. So I end up getting a towel and just covering my fupa area. Colleen Murphy says oil fecking oil. Oi, what the hell does that mean? What's oi f fecking oi? I don't, honey. If you're going to be here, speak English, please. Okay. And I'm not saying that as a racist. I'm just saying it as somebody who wants to communicate. Okay. Pickle Hobson. Hey, Hoggy, big love from England. Well, hi, Pickle. England in the house again. Where's Ben? I don't know where that. Oh, yeah. Someone reminded me of him the other day. Geraldine Brown says, "Hello, hello. I miss you. I'm from Philadelphia. How? Oh, you're from that place. You're from that racist city where the Sesame Place is overlooking all the black children, aren't you?" What do you have to say about that, Geraldine? I mean, how are you going to represent the city of Philadelphia when Sesame Street is sitting there completely, overlooking black children? That's disgusting. Hoggy, I love that place you went to in the cabin with the tub in the room. Oh, Francesca, that was called Randsburg, California. That was fun too. I just like a little more of a modern convenience. I mean, the rustic stuff in the tub in the bedroom and the no air conditioning. Oh, it's all very rustic and stuff. But in the bed, it was one of those old timey springy things. And I I'm a bit of a modern woman. While I love the aesthetic and even the old shack we were staying in, I would prefer to have, a nice bed. I don't want to sleep in the conditions of the 1800s. I want to sleep in a 2022 bed, but in the environment of the old cowboy days. Yes, I'm open front and back. Dennis, what does that mean? Hey, sweet girl, Texas is burning. Is it, Karen? Is it hot? Spectrum says, have you ever had an entire buffet at Siddler's to yourself? Did you share with Marquita? You know what? That's so funny, Spectrum. I really thought about going to Sizzler for lunch. I wanted to go yesterday, but I was like, it's probably too much. And my blood sugar had been up the day before because for a past week, I've just been living in hog heaven. I'll be honest with you, donuts and just anything I wanted. One day, I decided to do my blood sugar, and I should be doing it twice a day. But you know what? I've been regulating it myself, and I'm not on any medication. And so I took my blood sugar, and it was at 206. And you know what? I called Gladys up and I said, Gladys, before your husband died, when I knew he was diabetic, his name is Mike. And I go, Mike, I go, Gladys, I go, how high has Mike's blood sugar been? And she goes, well, he's been up to 500 before. I went, what? Yeah, mine's at 206 or 216. I can't remember. She goes, oh, that's nothing. And I said, well, it's something. I mean, the doctor says I shouldn't be over 130. Okay. And I know you have the sugar spikes and stuff. So, but there are healthy spikes and then it goes back down. After 2 hours after I eat, I'm supposed to test it again. So I was in that unhealthy kind of range, and I'm Gladys. And I'll tell you, I would urinate and I could smell my urine. It smelled sweet. I'm like, okay. For one day, I had no sugar, no carbohydrates, and the next day it was down at like 122. And I'm like, oh, and I forgot why I was telling you that Spectrum. Oh, the buffet. So I didn't go to the buffet because of that. I was good. I was a good girl. So no, but I think I will. Maybe today we'll go to the buffet. I have a fupa too. Colleen, aren't they wonderful? You know what? You could always really, us ladies, we don't have any body parts to hold on to like the men do. The men often, hold their stuff down there. And I don't know why. It just seems like it brings them comfort. They walk around just holding it. They sit and watch TV and they hold it and touch it. And it's like, what's so wonderful about that thing? You know, I get it. I hold my fupa. I hold and I flop my fupa around and I hug it like a pillow. And there's security in your fupa. There is. And I honestly, a lot of women don't like them. I do. It comforts me at times. But yeah, you should really appreciate your fupa. It's really a gift. My 8-year-old niece says she's a lesbian. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what, Desiree? I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're 8 years old and you think you're a lesbian, where are you getting these ideas? I mean, and I say this as a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Um, I did I even know what a lesbian was at 8? And and I grew up in the 80s in Southern California. I mean, did I even know what a lesbian was at 8 years old? Hmm. Does she know what that means? I mean, does she know what me and Marquina do in bed? I mean, I don't know if she's up to doing this kind of stuff, but I mean, is it that she just finds girls pretty? I mean, does she like climbing trees? I mean, and does she watch sports? And does she play video games? I mean, what do you do when your 8-year-old kid comes up? She says, "Hey, I'm a lesbian." It's like, oh, really? You even know what that means? Do you know the things you're going to have to do with your mouth to other women? But these are beautiful things that I enjoy doing. But why? See, because that's what an 8-year. Okay, that's very strange because if you're a lesbian, it's more than thinking a woman is pretty and maybe you want to look like her or, oh, she's pretty boobs. But sometimes it means I wish I had that. I remember when I was a little girl, it took me a long time for my boobs to come in. I had big shoulders, but it took me a while for my boobs to come in. And I would look at women and I'd be like, God, those are pretty. I wish I want boobies, and then you start thinking they're pretty. And then you're like, do I want to play with them or do I want to wear them? Or do I want them in a dress and look at myself in a mirror? Or do I want to feed a child with them? Um, I don't know. I think a lot of probing needs to get involved in the, and it's uncomfortable. It is. I couldn't imagine my grandmother talking to me about these issues. But, if you want your kids to really, live an authentic life, you really got to get down in there and ask the hard questions. Like, so do you want to kiss them or do you want to, you wish you had them? When you're 8 years old, you don't know what the heck you want. You don't even, you know what I mean? If you put a plate of nutritious food in front of them and then a box of ding dongs and Twinkies, and you tell them pick one for dinner, they're going to pick the ding dongs and Twinkies. And they don't know how to make good decisions. I mean, they just don't. They don't. I'm a lesbian. Well, the first thing I go, where'd you hear that word? I want to know where you heard that word from. I don't know. I mean, because that means when you say you're a lesbian, you're thinking about sex. And if an 8-year-old's thinking about sex, you're like, wow, yeah, that door has been, you walked through a door very early in life that should be locked until you're like, 15, 14, I mean, and I even think that's pretty, to some people, it'd be pretty liberal, but it's like, you walked through a door pretty early in life and, you're, I don't know if you're old enough to even know that if you're a lesbian. Anyway, but our parents do what they want. Hi, beautiful Hagatha. Your fupa is the sweetest, moist, fragrant fupa ever. Thank you, Scarab City. And I just hope I hope Marquina thinks the same. I do. Fuba has to stay moist. You can't burn it. No. Someone tag Benjamin. No dusty and crusty fupas. Hi, Ashley. Hey there, Hoggy. Cassie. Colleen says, "Feck off." I don't know what that means. Colleen, hey, Colleen. Oh, love from Rockville, Maryland. Well, hi. Thank you so much, Catherine. Dennis says, yes. You never told me what a blumpkin was. You know what, Wendy? Your scar looks like Cleve. Daniel, is that you? Are you still Facebook user? Daniel, is that you? Wear your Daisy Dukes to the beach. Go with the flow. Wilson Alvarado, do they even wear Daisy Dukes anymore? Now, in my mind, a Daisy Duke is a cut-off denim short, cut up to the crotch, so you can kind of see the beaver meat. And then, there's shreds of denim. Hog just had cervical spinal surgery. Cervical spinal? There's a spine in your cervix? With 3 and 5 fused. With 2 screws. So painful, but getting better. So there's a spine inside your cervix? Just stopping to say, "Hi Zen, how are you, love?" I thought Sesame Street was NYC. No, it's in Philadelphia, from what I understand. Benjamin says, "I'm a black woman, and I think that's horrible what they did to those kids to deserve that." So that place, yeah, you know what, Geraldine, I'm going to be honest with you. And you know what? And if any white people denies this, they're liars. When I was a little girl, whenever I went to amusement parks like Disneyland, I'm going to tell you, you know what they did? They literally rolled out the red carpet for me and they put me on a throne. And I'm going to be honest with you, they did it with all white kids. Okay. And they absolutely, completely catered to us. They focused all of their attention on us. None of them ever walked by us and ignored us. And I hope that family sues. You know, those poor little girls, I hope, you know, those beautiful, innocent little girls, I hope once they left Sesame Street, the parents set them down and said, you know what? They ignored you because you're black. And I hope that they tell them that for the rest of their lives because those girls need to know the truth. And it was terrible. And you know, I just wish that they were treated like every white kid is completely treated. Um, it was that's terrible. It is. I'm going to tell you, there were absolutely times that Mickey Mouse at Disneyland would actually contact me at home in a letter and said, "We saw you sitting here on the curb. Next time, we'd like to give you a seat of honor, actually in the parade on a float." And all the other kids that look like you. And what a wonderful feeling that was. Just I couldn't imagine, honestly. I just wish those girls knew what it felt like to be white just for 5 minutes because really the world is just open to you in ways that they'll never understand. And the attention that you get, you know, even the mechanical, even the animatronics at Disneyland, they seem to focus on the white kids too. They just would, their heads would turn and they would play their banjos and just stare at us. And it was, I don't know, it was magical. And to deprive those 2 little girls of that was just, it was unacceptable. It was. Um, Benjamin Wilson, everyone was asking, where is Benjamin in here? Benjamin, I didn't get the pictures you said you were going to send me. Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to. Okay, I'm back. Hi, Amy. No, my almost 18-year-old girl is still a virgin. Okay, I had to skip some. Opinion on Lady Maga, Spectrum conservatives. You know, Lady, Lady, Lady Maga? Is that Lady Gaga? Did you just spell it wrong? Maga. I think you forgot the G. Gaga. I think that's what you're talking about. I don't know what Lady Maga is. Hi, Hoggy. Cervical is the neck. Oh my, Scarab City, do you even not know your own body? Are you a woman? No, the cervix is in the is just it's like the donut outside of the uterus. It's like that opening that goes into the uterus. You don't even know, honey. You're about your anatomy. No one rolled out of red carpet for me. Funkmeyer, but there was a carny who tried to get me and my friend to go to the back of the tent. Well, Funk, are you white? Are you white appearing? And how do you know that the back of the tent is where the VIPs go? You don't. You're white, okay? Don't do this to Geraldine. Be honest with her and all the other people of color. Next year, Halloween, you should be Wonder Woman. I work with about 20 music channels and send them 70s music videos. I just shared Lola by the Kinks for them. Lola will be the great name for me. Heather says, hi, Hoggy. I'm on vacation right now in Branson. Really? Is it nice there? Hey, Hoggy from Mobile, Alabama. Alexander Smith posted a link to Lady Gaga USA. Do you guys not even know who Lady Gaga is? Do you know she's on a tour, a world tour right now, and you guys don't even know what her name is? I wanted to marry a girl at 9 and still do now in my 20s. Patiently waiting the reveal of your new. Oh, Pat Fussy. Yeah, me and Mark Queen are working on that. I knew I was gay at 9. Yeah, okay, now you're local lesbian. Now, let me ask you this. Now, you're an adult, and we could talk about you now in adult terms. I felt funny talking about this with the. Now, you're local lesbian. You knew you were a gay at 9. Now, what did you want to do with girls? Did you want to do it with girls, or did you want to do it with women? You could be honest. Did you want to kiss them? You didn't know what fisting yet was, did you? I didn't. Now, I knew I liked girls. I mean, I just wanted to be their friends and play with them and be around them and maybe kiss them, but a lesbian, I didn't know what the word meant, you know. Hi, Hoggy. You have to come to Long Island, New York and spend some time out in. You want to know what, Sue? I'm going to tell you, when I was a trucker, I spent some time out there in Garden City. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Oh my God, Elizabeth, how are you, dear? Hello, I'm working at the moment. Are you not? You know what, Elizabeth Brooking? I got a copyright strike because I was playing clips of Dynasty. You believe it? What do they have against women? Alexis Carrington and Dominique Devereaux, they would fight, and I loved the cat fights, and I played them a couple clips online, and they gave me a copyright strike. And I'm like, you know what, you guys, this is ridiculous. Wow, last night's makeup really soaked in. Chas Smith, how are you, darling? You working today? I am white. Lady Maga Argaga is a conservative drag queen in Utah. You know what? There's no such thing. I don't get it. How is there? How do you do that? Oh my God, that's nuts. YouTube is annoying. It is. It just, I'm like, I'm just a lesbian trying to have fun, you know. Yeah, everybody likes Lady Gaga, okay? You guys, you don't even know what you're talking about. It's impossible. Hi, Marquina. You guys, Marquina just came home. How about Illinois? It's not the greatest state in America, but we're trying. Does fisting go all the way up to the elbow? Mine does, but I'm an old lady, so it took me a while. It took me a while. You know, you got to work for some things. Yeah, Marquina just walked in and she was removing her blouse as she walked into the bathroom. She probably has to poop. James Campbell says, "Morning, ladies." Look, good morning, James. How are you? How's your neck of the woods? Huh? Are you up enjoying coffee in your Wonder Woman mug? James, I bet you have St. Bernard cups, don't you? Oh, Joshua, hi. You like my glasses? Thank you so much. I am. The chain is really the chain is very convenient. If you ever have to put your glasses down, I should grab my Golden Girls cup. Oh, I have a Golden Girls blouse. But anyway, yeah, I love the chain. You could just let it go like that. Just carefree like that. There's just some things in life you shouldn't have to worry about. And I hate looking for my glasses. I do. It's just it's where are my glasses? And now they're like, oh, right here. Just put them on. I'm watching you at work with subtitles. Will the subtitles tell me when you? I have no idea. How did you become so ladylike? Your local lesbian. Well, my grandmother, she was a great model for me. How do any of us learn how to be ladies? Um, I am. I watch a lot of television. One of my favorite shows was Roseanne. Yeah, we all know Roseanne Barr. She's a real lady. James Campbell said hello.
Hey, James Campbell.
Um,
James Campbell?
yeah,
Oh, hey.
yeah, Mr. Saint Bernard.
Tell James I want to talk to James about a new sign. I'll give him a call.
James, Marqueen is going to call you and wants to talk to you about a new sign. Love the chain. I see you have it on today. Yes, Kimberly. Of course you do. Bye, Joshua. You too, dear. You have a great day, and I hope your woman friend is doing great. Agatha, where were you swimming? Manhattan Beach. Okay, and we picked Manhattan Beach because it was the least polluted one with sewage. Santa Monica it was polluted with sewage, and that's quite a distance away from Hermosa. Not Hermosa. We were at Manhattan. Um, Spectrum says, "Would you ever visit Al Bundy's shoe store in Chicago? Is there really one? You know what? I would go there because I know that Al Bundy is a misogynist, and he's really like the poster child of what the patriarchy is. Really think all the toxic masculinity with him playing football, and then him marrying Peg Bundy. I mean, Goddess bless her. She's a woman, but she's a certain type of woman, and he really he runs that household, like a man would, and very sexist, and he's a womanizer, and I don't know. I would go to the Al Bundy shoe store, and I would just to flip off the security cameras, you know, and just say, "Look at me. Look where I'm at." And really defiantly in the camera. You know how people do it. They like to, they make a big point. They're making a big point right there, and I would love to do that. Roseanne had a beautiful place in Hawaii. Yeah, but Roseanne Connor, she was a lady, and I learned a lot from her how to be a lady. She was an average sized woman, and so I could really relate to her. Do you play the lottery? You know what, Wendy? I should. Um, in fact, I don't know. When's the next drawing? My disability check comes soon. I'm honestly thinking about. I mean, somebody has to win, and I could spend $500 on lottery tickets. But I heard it's going to be up to $1 billion. Wait, low kill Lynch? Don't I already know? Don't I already know what? Cheryl says I keep getting booted off your life. Why is that, Cheryl? I don't have anything to do with that. I've tried to get my husband to do a Peg and Al Bundy costume for Halloween with me. This year may be the year. Well, Kimberly, maybe he's afraid. Is he afraid of like cultural appropriation? Hoggy, how is your lovely car doing? Oh, Scarab City, it's doing great. I am recently ordered new air filter. It has more than one air filter, and a new oil filter and oil. But even though it is an expensive luxury European car, to do an oil change is really inexpensive. I'm very shocked. Now, if I took it to the dealer, oh, you wouldn't leave there. I'm going to tell you, if you take it to the Mercedes dealer, they love to start off at the bottom dollar is $1,000 for the dumbest things. And I'm going to be honest with you, they don't do great work. And I've complained to them. I've only taken my car twice to the Mercedes dealer, and I'll never take it again, ever. Me and Marquina, we have this wonderful, wonderful immigrant. Now he's not German, okay, but his name is Poncho, and it really is Poncho. I know it sounds like a character name, but his name is Poncho, which really is a nickname for Frank. Okay, Frank. Hi, Henrik. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Mega, right, Kimberly? Yes. Okay. So I took the car and I go, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll let them do the brakes. And the funny thing is, I know how to do brakes. I'm a woman of many talents and strengths. Um, but I figured, you know what? I've never worked on a European vehicle. I'll let them do it and do it right. You know what? The brakes started squeaking again, and I started getting a reading from on a sensor. I'm like, I spent $1,200 on these brakes, and I know the brake pads were only 50. I mean, but each brake pad has a sensor. I can, I'm going on and on about it. Bottom line is, I do my own oil changes. I get the 5 quart, container of oil for $24, either Amazon or Walmart. A Mobile One synthetic. Okay, guys, don't you women out there, don't let what you got between your legs or on your chest stop you from working on your own vehicle. You could save a lot of money out there. And I know there's a lot of women out there who don't have men in their lives because you know what? You get sick of them, and who needs them anyway? They're not even good in bed anymore. When you could use a piece of plastic or produce that's better than a man, it really kind of really what good are you? Plus, we're making paychecks that are greater than theirs. I mean, even in college, most of the people in college right now are women. So come on, men are on their way out. So, honey, ladies, don't take it to another man at the dealer. You do it yourself. Oh, I could spray the discs with WD-40. That's great. I never thought about that. But ladies, learn how to do your own brakes. They weren't fitted properly. It's your transmission. I lived in Redondo in 1991. Those were the days. Is the red onion still there? Elizabeth, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, I stopped going to Redondo Beach because at the pier, I went to that beach one time and I saw tampons and diapers on the beach. And I'm like, and it wasn't because of the people that were there, the ethnicity of the people, because, people, I know a lot of people would automatically go there, but it's like, no, it's not because of them. But I did stop going and I started going to Orange County beaches. Laguna Beach is always nice. But although I did go to Corona del Mar and it was basically a swap meet, tents were butted, canopies butted up against each other, different languages being spoken, and I felt like, God, am I even in California? But then I realized, well, you know what? We're right by the border, and this was some people, other people's property at one time, so of course they're going to be here. But I'm like, my goodness, it was like I was at a swap meet. The music, the cooking, the kids, oh, the kids running around, and I'm like, you know what? Good. You know what? I'm invading in their space, and this is my fault. But Corona del Mar, I mean, it's a very, very nice beach on, really being overlooked by multi-million dollar properties. And I'm thinking, God, the view these people have, it's like going to Walmart, and they're looking out. They're probably like the telescopes and binoculars and just looking at everything. Oh, I mean, the sexy women alone, I mean, they probably love it. But no, my oil's not leaking. What about your anal leakage? No, I got a pad on today. I'm ready. Hey, hi, Scotland. Hi, Tracy. Well, whoever left the tampons won't be leaving diapers for a while. Exposed Drag Race. I know they are fake. Oh, well, you know what? They're fake just like any other reality show. But all I gotta say is about RuPaul. There's some horror stories about RuPaul. RuPaul does a show with these people and don't even know their names. Like they go on there, a lot of these drag artists, they're always looking for a mentor, someone to validate them, and they get on the show and they think that they're going to have this personal relationship with RuPaul because they kind of make it look like that way a little bit. No, no, a lot of them kind of don't even want to associate themselves with the show anymore. Can you let out a juicy fart? It's coming. One is coming right now. I can feel it. Oh, Drag Race is full of political bullshit. Oh, yeah, brainwashing. Yeah, it is. Hi, Hogatha Boo. Do you still have it? I don't. Quite possibly lucky. I don't. And that really upsets me. I have been, no matter what platform I've gotten booted off, I've been able to get back on. Twitter's a hard nut to crack, I'll tell you. I was thinking when Elon Musk got on there, maybe he'll open up my account. But I've had several accounts shut down, and I think the only way I can get back on there is if I get a new phone number. So maybe I'll go get one of those Obama phones, and then I'll create an account there. Hi, Hoggy, do you still? Oh, no, okay. Well, honey, I finally got the cancer, COVID, AIDS. Chris, did you? Are you losing weight or what? Let it rip, potato chip. Hold on. But see, I don't want to soil my anal leakage pad this early in the day. Hold on. Yes, you only need a new phone number. If you were using a phone, just factory reset. Really? Like even, well, I don't want to factory reset this one. Well, that's a great, because I did like Twitter, and I was able to go on there. I was able to broadcast on there. At first, it was through Periscope. Fit, Chris, you lost 15 pounds. Can you still get Obama phones? Oh yeah. Well, in my city, you can. I would probably guess that 95% of the phone usage in my city is from an Obama phone. Can You lost 15 pounds? Now you didn't lose your fupa, did you? See, now what you do is you lose some weight, and it will really kind of loosen up the fupa, and then you can play with it and change breaks on the phone. That's right, Henrik. Oh, factory reset plus a new phone number. Okay, I thought your glasses were a filter. Oh no, no, they're real. Look. My God, Hoggy, I have missed you so much. You look freaking stunning. And I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, thank you so much, Angie. That's sweet. John Taylor says, looks like someone was throwing ropes and it got caught on your glasses. Hello, Hoggy. Hi. Hold on a minute. That one, hold on. I might have had an accident. No. I mean, just it's like the normal butt smell, but it's not, when it's real fresh. That's fine. Everything else but the fupa. But anyway, yeah, we went to Manhattan Beach, and I got burnt, and I don't know if you could see my skin it's dry. It's starting to peel a little bit because I did get burnt, but I didn't let the fupa burn. Don't get the Biden phones. They constantly autocorrect into gaffes, and service is crappy. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the only thing that I think that the funny thing is you got Obama and Biden. I mean, the only thing that saves Obama is that he's black. I mean, he's a man. What's so interesting about Obama? The man's fearless. He knows. He absolutely knows that we are in a climate change crisis, and he's really into environmentalism and wow, leakage. Not yet, Jerry. It wasn't. Well, my pad is fairly fresh, so it could. You know what, ladies? Did you guys see that they now have period underwear where you don't even have to wear pads or tampons? The underwear just soak up the blood. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I could use that for an anal leakage pad. But anyway, I was really happy, but I'm a little worried, because the Obamas, I think about them often, and it was a while ago, but they bought that property in what, Martha's Vineyard or something. I mean, it's at sea level, and I'm like, you know what? How brave, really, how brave of the Obamas to buy a home when they know that within 12 years it's going to be underwater. And I'm really the bravery of them. They are facing it, and they're putting themselves on the front line. They really are. And I mean, they'll be one of the first people to go when the seas rise. And like, really, how brave of them! It's almost as if Obama. It's like, you know what? if us as world leaders cannot save the climate, it's almost like we're going to go down the ship like the Titanic. We're going to be the first to go. It's I don't know. I just thought it was very brave and really admirable of the Obamas to do that. They have period underwear. Yes, Spectrum. Yes, where the period just actually just soaks into the underwear. Almost like a diaper, but I believe you would just launder them and then the blood comes out. Or I don't know. I have to really look into it. You are a beautiful, strong, and beautiful gay lesbian woman. Very inspiring. Thanks again. You're welcome, Johnny. Thank you so much. Got the factory removed 10 years ago. Don't need the period panties. Well, Kimberly, I mean, sometimes don't you like leave a little piddle in your underwear, little pee pee? And are you at the age or anything where you have to deal with anal leakage right now? The deer around my farm are loving the turbines. So much noise that they can't hear each other squawking. Oh, I do they do does it keep them away? Do they so they don't eat your plants and stuff? Hi Sharon, how are you? Diane says, do they have lactation bras? I don't know. Obamas are so oppressed though. That's what Michelle was saying anyway. Well, Kimberly, I mean, come on, to be a big black woman like that. I mean, I bet she just gets looks from just the people on Martha's Vineyard, and they just probably just look down on her. They probably treat her like some ghetto scum. That's terrible. Humans are a parasite on the earth. We are. We really are. We're a cancer. We're a cancer. We have made the earth unhealthy, and it's all because of us. Well, the birds love getting their wings cut off in the name of climate change. Flail safe. How are you, dear? Getting there. 52. That Kimberly. Oh, honey, you're 52. That's it. You're really young. You are. You're very young, and you probably barely even got pubic hair at that age. I'm going to be 53 in December, so I'm much older than you. Okay. God, to be 52 again. I mean, I am 52, but I didn't just turn 52. But to be 52 again, to go back. Oh, to be young again. People, I don't know. Okay, if you right now could be any age you wanted to be, but take back, I don't know, go back, but with the knowledge that you have, how old would you be? Well, you know what, Phil, safe? To me, it's the more polite way to pick your nose in front of people. You wad it up. So Sharon, okay? Wow, Spectrum said 22. Why 22? That's an odd number. And two of you said it. Kimberly said I'd settle for 50 again. You know what? Marion says 42. I couldn't imagine. See, this is the thing. So it's 2022. I'm going to go back in time and take all of my knowledge with me that I have as a 52-year-old woman. What age would I go back to? I honestly don't think that I would go younger than 35. And it's because a year after I became legal to drink, I'd be 21 forever. This is the deal, though. I couldn't imagine being young in 2022, like too young. Like 35, I think you're still young and you could still be beautiful, but you're not so young. Like you would be living in this climate and you would be working with all these really young people or going to school. Oh, could you imagine? I think I would want to go back because I would buy some Bitcoin. I would buy Bitcoin up the butt and and then sell it at its high point. Miss Hogg, have you ever considered changing race? Transracial rights are human rights. Never. I don't know. I because I wouldn't want to. I'm not. I don't appropriate other people's races or anything like that. I would never do that. I'd go back to May 2014, just before my motorcycle accident, knowing, well, Kimberly, that makes sense. Being young with the wisdom I have now, it would be great. My doctor told me that he needed from me a blood sample, a urine sample, and a stool sample, and a semen sample. I just gave him my underwear. Danny, what's the V? And then Danny says, then Danny put a Y. I keep seeing something like that, and I don't know why I keep seeing that. What are you even doing, Danny? Danny, it doesn't make sense to me. VYYVCBY. Am I just out of the loop here? But yeah, I don't know. I would be I couldn't see. I would go back. Okay, this is really what I would do. I would research to when Bitcoin was at its cheapest and then where it got to its highest. And I'd go back to that year because I'm going to be honest with you. I am I just couldn't be a child at this. I mean, even when I mean child, like 25 or younger, I just couldn't deal with these people. I honestly couldn't. So I would take all of my millions and millions and millions that I got on Bitcoin, and I'm going to have my dream home built. Probably, you know what I would do? Is you'd have enough money to do it. I would, first of all, I'd need a couple homes. And when you have that kind of money, that Bitcoin money, it can change your life. And so I'm taking that money and I'm building me the house of my dreams. And that does not mean a bunch of square footage. It really, I wouldn't want a huge home because I'm like, let's be honest with you, I'm not filling up those rooms. The shopping alone would be stressful. I'd probably bring in a designer and say, this is what I like. But no, I want a smaller home, but it's going to be in a spectacular place. I would want it to be on like the cliffs of like a central Californian city coastline, maybe like up in like Big Sur or Carmel or something like that. I want, kind of where the woods start to meet the ocean. That's where I'm living. Okay. I'm living there. And you know what? None of the poor people, you know what? In those places up there, you don't even see poor people because there's nothing for them to do up there. All the rich people go up there and they just live their lives away from all the vermin and the garbage. And that's what I would be doing. There's no cliffs, or you don't want to live on a cliff. Your local lesbian, wow, you're so strong. I love my transracial queens and queen. Danny, are you in trouble? Right. Is this a signal or something? Oh, you guys, Marquina just walked in the house and briskly walked to the restroom. She's going to blow up that toilet. Hans says, I know a girl which is in bed coins. She works in a club and she is making more money like doing Bitcoins. I was always a strong black woman in the wrong body. I just want to look hot. 22 and take back my savings account and insurance money. 22 because it was a good age and I would never have gone back to college and moved to San Diego and start over there with a Marine. Spectrum, you would go back to San Diego and be with a Marine? It would be a cabin in the woods surrounded by the woods. Yeah, doesn't sound wonderful, Kimberly. So I would have my beach house up in Central California on the coastline in an unpopulated area where, there's no Walmarts or anything where poor people will work and shop. It's an exclusive area where only wealthy people live, but they don't want to live next door to each other. Leave me alone. And that's what it is. So I would have my nice beach house, and then I would probably, you know what, and I hate it, but then again, I'd be rich and I can pay the taxes. That's why the rich don't mind California, because it's like, yeah, well, I'll pay the taxes. Because it is, not where I live, but, there are absolutely the most beautiful areas in the whole country in California. I want to buy land and turn it into an RV park. The income, well, yeah, that's true. You could do that too. And Sharon, if you like people, you could deal with people. And um, I would probably also buy a home up in the Redwood Forest. That's in California, extreme Northern California and Southern Oregon. Maybe Oregon, because then you don't pay any sales tax. But I'll be rich, so what? Who cares? But I would probably, and then I would probably, you know what? I've never been there, but I see these cities in Italy on the coastline. Like I saw a city called Lake Como that looked absolutely just, ugh. I could buy me a villa there. And maybe somewhere tropical too. But then again, I know I don't like humidity, but I'll be inside all the time. But I want to be on the coast. I want to be enjoying the coast as well. I don't want to be outside, getting all the sweat under my boobs and under my fupa and stuff. Puss puss. No, I'd move to San Diego, far from where I am now. Get away from my home state. Now, San Diego is great. You guys, I'll be honest with you. If you're going to move to Southern California, move to San Diego. Puss Puss says, I'm not getting your notifications. Also, love and thank you so much, Puss Puss. I have a lot of love in my life. I just need more light. I need more light. So if people are gonna like, hey, I'm sending you love and light, I would rather have the light. I'm buying you a house like that with my lottery winnings. Oh, thank you so much, Jerry. I'd love that. I would accept it too. Yes, Puss Puss Lake Como. Isn't that a place in Italy? Wait, Chasmus said this just in. Bad news. America is officially in recession. Good news. We will now get to hear about all the new horrible things Trump has done. Chaz, is it been official? Are we now officially in a recession, as if we haven't felt it, as if us normal people haven't been feeling it for a while now? Is it now? Is it just hitting the rich now? There are islands for sale around the Keys, really, Kimberly. But my boobs will sweat there, won't it? Hi, Melissa. I just can't deal with the boob sweat. Summers in Wyoming, winter in Tennessee. You know what, Marion? I was just looking. There's some land up in Wyoming in a place called, what was it called? Thermopolis. They're selling acres of land at a really good deal, and it's in a green area of Wyoming. And I'm like, God, that looks beautiful. Okay, Tammy says we're officially in a recession. Oh wait, I'm sorry, you guys. You're looking at those ugly teeth. Let me put in my pretty teeth. Okay, guys. Weird. Biden's pre-recession lasted about as long as his COVID. Well, what about his cancer? Is he still dealing with his cancer? You guys, I recently saw this thing out of Saudi Arabia where they plan on building. I always thought that the future we'd all live in big skyscrapers. No, now the skyscrapers are laying down and they're planning on this big, 120, 75 foot, I don't know, long city called The Line. It's very interesting. Puss Puss says, I'm sorry, that was not Obama speaking. You know what? Or Biden. Marquina was showing me footage of Biden. Isn't it weird that sometimes he looks like this and will not blink? Marquina,
yeah.
Did you make a deposit in the toilet?
Yeah.
A big deposit.
Yeah.
I can tell. With the urgency in which you walked into the house and briskly went into the restroom, I could completely tell that you had a large deposit. If you have your own island, you can go naked whenever you want. They are going to make rain on the line artificially, really. This just says I love it. Biden is a robot, I'm sure. I mean, he was an android. He is. I mean, he's like my fellow Americans, and he's very. And there's times he can be very precise, and he's just staring at the camera, and then the other times he's just like, uh, uh, you know what I mean? And it's like, how do you not see that it's quite possible that those are two different things talking to us? Yeah, fake rain clouds. It's a thing. Well, I heard that they actually used to seed clouds in California many, many years ago. Yes, I just saw one of those speeches earlier. He didn't blink and his voice was different. Isn't it weird? I don't know. Do you think Biden ever has gas? Like, he doesn't seem to have much of a butt, so he probably, the cheeks probably don't slap. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of turbulence. I picture it being more of a puff with dust. I don't really see him like ripping, and I picture them always being real dry. I bet he has very dry stools. I can picture his stools being very dry. I watched it and tried to keep my eyes open as long as he did. I mean, you guys, when are we gonna finally admit that our president is on meth? Now, they would always say that Trump was on coke, and you know what? I wouldn't put it past. You know what? He's rich. He's rich, and he's partied his whole life. And you know what? He's hung out with all the. He was at. I believe he even went to Studio 54. I mean, he's lived a life of decadence. You would expect it. When people said, "Oh, Trump's a cokehead," and Trump Jr. is a cokehead, I like. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah, he probably is. I mean, okay, but when are we going to finally admit that Biden is a meth addict? He probably smokes meth with Hunter. Biden insists we are on the right path. Biden's not wrong. This is the right path for Democrats to fundamentally transform America into their America with a K. Who wouldn't be doing coke if they had the money? I mean, you know what? Do you know how many people have been on drugs in our life and we didn't even know it? I mean, can you imagine the pilot of an airplane, the bus driver, the cop, I mean, the doctor? I mean, I'm going to tell you, I know in the medical field that there are nurses and doctors who are drug addicts, and they often come, and they're depriving their patients of medications because they're pocketing some of it. You think that you think Biden is an old pothead? You know what? I don't know what kind of, he's on a good sativa if he's like this. I mean, he's on a good one. He's on, I think they're sprinkling a little crack in that marijuana pipe. Chaz says, I wouldn't be doing coke if I had the money. More rum and coke, maybe, but not coke by itself. Chaz, you know what? I bet, Chaz, I could see you. If you were just wealthy beyond measure. I bet you would probably go to some islands and you would demand that your rum be created by the most beautiful island men, and you would want them to make it in front of you nude, while you sat in a cabana watching them make your specialty rum. What vegetable is rum made out of? I mean, I know vodka could be potatoes and corn. And gin comes from, I believe, with the juniper berries or something. Yum. I would love good rum. Oh, Tammy. Chaz has the stash. He can't get enough rum. He injects it at this point. He has a drip of rum going into his vein. How come I can't see half the people? Because they're probably on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. I'm a vodka drinker. Are you Spectrum? Chess said, yeah, that would be greater than the toothless homeless people I have bartending me now. Chaz, You guys, I'm going to let you know something about Chaz. Chaz had me and Marquina over for a fabulous Halloween party. Okay, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this. He had a man there who doesn't live there working behind a bar, and he just happened to be Latino. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, I wanted like to make eye contact with him and think, are you here on your own free will? But I just happened to notice that Chaz did not get an ugly person to serve drinks at his private party. And he was a professional bartender. And so I don't know what Chaz is saying, oh, a toothless people making drinks. Chaz, you deliberately handpicked this person because he was attractive and very obedient. And I just wonder what happened after the party. That's all. Oh, Susan needs to meet Chaz. Oh, you would love Chaz. How are you doing, Susan? Hey, Chaz and a Speedo. I will pay to see that. Chris, honey, I'm going to let you know something. I went to Chaz's. He has a pool also. Went to his pool party. He had a pool party one year, and it's he don't even really need to wear the Speedo. I mean, it's really just a distraction because the fupa completely covers the front of the Speedo, which is really the best part. And it's like, you don't need all of that Speedo around the fupa. The fupa really can just shine on its own. I mean, he's a little self-conscious about, he really wants to beautify the fupa. And I pulled him aside and I said, you know what, Chaz, don't be self-conscious and try to dress the fupa up. The fupa just is a star on its own. Just you don't need to dress it up. Just let it shine. Hi, Mara. Tammy says most rums are made from molasses, the residue remaining after the sugar has been crystallized from sugarcane juice, containing as much as 5% sugar. Some countries import molasses for use in rum production, where sugar industries are developed. Rum is often made from sugarcane juice. Wait a minute. So, do you think rum came from the slave trade? Because I know they used a lot of slaves to harvest sugars and stuff. It's not possible, Tammy, rum was birthed out of racism and slavery. Oh my God, my cousin used to shoot up her Jack Daniels. It scared the crap out of us. She was all, you think you guys get drunk? She sure showed us. Really, Sharon, I couldn't imagine that. Hey, Hoggy, I'm listening while at work. It's 103 out here. Really, Wendy? Where are you working at? What are you doing? We need to meet Chaz. Need to bring him up. I'm feeling great, Mara. Thank you so much. Good. Susan's doing okay. Good. I'm glad, Susan. Chaz says that wasn't my fupa. You were looking at my behind. That was my back fat. Mara says, what's for lunch? I haven't even had breakfast, Mara. I'll probably just have brunch. Maybe Chaz needs a Speedo with an open front door. Tammy says, maybe. Oh, Captain Morgan. William says, hello, Hogatha. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I am. I'm doing good. I think I'm going to get up and see what we got to eat in the kitchen. Maybe I'll make an egg burrito or something. Wait, Wendy, you're in Atlanta, Texas, planting trees to cut out of power lines. Are you saying that the trees are in the power lines and so you need to trim them? You know, Wendy, I'm really glad, Wendy Austin, I'm really glad to hear that you're doing it. Because you know what a lot of women would do is say, you know what, I can't do that kind of work. But you know what, you're just showing that women can do what any man you can get at Home Depot and pay $20 to do. Good for you. Good for you, Wendy. You show them. You show those immigrants, I don't need you. Okay. I can do it myself. Women are doing it for themselves, and I'm a strong woman and I can do it. Yes, I'm the one who plans them. Oh, you don't actually get up in the tree and do it. I'm a tranny. Will Chaz hire me as a female waitress? Wendy, are you no Wendy? Well, her name's Wendy Austin. No, she. Oh, she plans them. Oh, she's the boss. Okay, Wendy. Well, I'm going to tell you. Do you know I don't want to tell you to run your business, but you could really cut costs by renting. There are humans at Home Depot that, in California anyway, who sit outside, and you could probably cut costs by using those humans. I mean, a human's a human, right? You could probably cut costs. Say, here's $40 and some lunch. Get up in there, pronto, and cut that tree, El Trio. I don't cut them. I'm the boss. Okay. Other Hoggy fans in Atlanta too. Oh, wait, but that was Atlanta, Texas. I didn't know there was an Atlanta in Texas. Did you know there's a San Antonio in Florida? I didn't know that. I have a friend who lives there. We just form a fan club ASAP. Okay, I'm gonna. I gotta eat something. I'm hungry, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Marquina. She should have brought me breakfast. She left. I woke up and she was gone. I bet if I smelled her breath, I would smell breakfast burrito or something. That's okay. She probably went and got donuts for herself, but I can't eat donuts. She can go ahead and just eat them right in front of me like she always does, and that's fine. You know what? I'm gonna make me a ham and cheese burrito. That's what I'm gonna do. Ham and cheese. I don't know. Should I be a good wife and go ask Marquina if she wants one? Let's see. I'm gonna go in there. We'll see. Now let's see if my phone will stay. The signal can get a little weak, so it might get choppy out in the garage. So you can see Marquina where she works. Okay. Oh, that stupid dog. That's Roxy. Hold on. Wait. Shh. You be quiet. You be quiet. Hold on. No, I gotta ask Marquina if she wants one. Hold on. Marquina's little short cave. Marquina, take some egg.
You're so pretty today.
Do you want an egg? Thank you so much. Do you want an egg and ham burrito?
It does.
It does? Okay. Hey guys, I'm not going to show Marquina without her hair. Where's... Oh, there she is. There's Marquina right there. I don't want to show you without her hair. Okay, so I'll basically make eggs and put ham in it, and then you could assemble your own burrito. I'm not even listening to me. Not even listening. Still tearing up. No, she's in the workshop right now working. I love a career girl. Don't embarrass her without her hair. I know she doesn't like it. You know, she doesn't like being seen without her hair. Okay, all right. You know, and I don't really put a whole lot of work into this. Susan says, "What happened to George's? Did they change the name? I don't know. I have to go by and look at them. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. Hi, chef. How are you, chef? How would you make an egg and ham burrito? That's what I'm making right now for me and Marquina. Well, I'm gonna leave it in the pan for her, and she could assemble her own burrito. But yeah, I'm gonna I put. You see, a lot of you racists won't use Mexican cheese. I will because I'm not racist. So I put that on my burrito, and I use these tortillas from Cardenas. They actually make the tortillas right there. They're really good. Because you know, I go to a real Mexican store because I'm not racist. Now the ham I got from Sam's Club. Okay, that's what I do. So I'll just put a couple slices on there. What does Marquina make in her workshop? She makes wooden things. She's a woodworker. Okay. A lot of you men, you know, you like to make jokes about wood. It's not like that. Oh, there we go. Take out my teeth. Because I like to, I'm going to eat a piece of ham before I cook it. Who's that barking? That's Roxy. It's a little annoying little dog. You're doing great with the ingredients. Mexican cheese, so good. Now, chef, I don't know, would you like this kind of ham? A little sandwich ham. You know, I like to eat one. I'll like roll it up. Now, Marquina doesn't like it cold. She goes, well, no, I like to cook it. And I'm like, but it's already cooked. This isn't like sliced off the pig and put right in the package. And, you know, they fill it with salt and stuff. But she likes it warmed up. Oh, I forgot about the huevos. You got to have huevos in an egg burrito. A wooden dildo? Oh, I got to ask her about that. Ooh, a nice teak wood. Now, teak is very good with moisture. So you moist gals out there, you could actually, you know, use a teak dildo. Marquina, you know, I'll have her talk to you about that. Oh, I have a little refried beans too. I could put a little smear of it on my tortilla. I have a wooden lathe. I've made wooden handles for my husband's knives. He forges. Really? How neat. That's neat right there. That's cool. Roxy, no, it's the lady who live. We rent a room from an old lady. It's her dog. Add beans, huevos rancheros. Yes. Okay. Now I just like to fry them and then chop them up. I'm not gonna do all the stupid beating and stuff. But I'm gonna use 3 eggs in my burrito because I'm a large lady. And I might put a little bit of, you guys, if you want to know what Mexicans do, you want to know. Now, honestly, this is what they do. They add this to everything. I just bought a new one. Because I'm used to the flavor and all this. Honestly, they add this to everything, and I'm not kidding you. Everything. Canor. See that? It says Canor. It's a powder. It's basically, really, it's a ton of salt and MSG. but you know, with a little chicken flavor in it. But you know what? If you're real Mexican, you'll add that to everything. So I just add a little bit of that to my eggs. I'll beat it up in there. Oh, thank you, Chris. 100-year-old pecan knocked down by Hurricane Harvey. Dad made me a gorgeous garden spade out of it. Oh, really? That's neat. I'll have to send you some pictures of them. He's been forging for about 2 years now, and he's gotten pretty good. Mara says, I really like the chili Colorado you made at Mario's. Did I make that? I probably was it chili verde? Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at cooking stuff. Thank you. Okay, couple eggs for me. You know, I need a lot of protein. So that's why I'm gonna have 3 eggs. And because I'm just a fat slob. And I need a lot to fill up my fat gut. You know, I mean, who am I kidding? You know, and typically when you go to a restaurant, a lot of the omelets they make are 3-egg omelets, you know. Okay. I'm gonna need some butter in my pan. You know. Do you guys refrigerate your butter or you leave it out? We leave it out. You know. We're not gonna get sick or anything, you know. I heard that Americans are really kind of overly cautious when it comes to food. Did you know that in a lot of places they don't even refrigerate their eggs? And you know, a lot of bakers and stuff, they don't refrigerate their eggs. And they're doing just fine. You know, we just seem a little, it's weird. We'll eat all this kind of fake stuff. But oh my God, you better refrigerate your butter and eggs or you're gonna die. But go ahead and eat all the chemicals. If you add onion, peppers, and avocado, it will fill you up more. You know what I do? You know what? I do have some onion, and I did plan on using it, but thanks for reminding me. I don't have any avocado. I wish I did. I did have some guacamole, but I went through that. I don't have any pepper. I do have a little bit of onion left over. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. If it's not pasteurized, refrigerate. Unpasteurized can go rancid. Well, I don't know what the butter. I don't know if it's pasteurized or not. I mean, I think Americans tend to pasteurize all dairy stuff. I don't know. Oh, my butter's melting. Yeah, I kind of, Wendy, farm fresh egg, gently hand washed to get off the poop. Okay, you guys, you want to know something? Adam Cook, you know, everybody asks for you. Adam, you know what? You and Dale, you guys are very popular. People ask about you guys. You know what I tell them? I go, you know what? They both, you know, they kind of got new jobs going on. You know, they're new homeowners. They've recently been on vacation. And you know what? They're just out there living their best lives. That's what I tell. Adam, here, you want to see my scar? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Adam knows what's going on with me. You know, he knows. Adam understands. Okay, let me pop this 3 eggs in. You only have to refrigerate eggs when they are already for you guys. I gotta ask you something about. Well, yeah, the Americans, we always sell eggs refrigerated. You know, when I was a kid, we used to go to an egg ranch, and we used to buy eggs there, and they had poop on them. Adam says, "Oh, bless. We just changed shifts, but they can follow us on YouTube." You like my beautiful scar? You know, thank you, Adam. I'm just going to add that to my whole list of victim things. Okay, Marquina, I have 3 eggs frying for you right now.
Ooh-wee.
It's an omelet type of thing, but I'll chop it up. And I know you like your ham warm. So I'll warm you up some ham. How many slices do you want?
I like my ham negrotized.
Negrotized.
Yes.
That means a little darker than pink.
Yes.
Okay.
I used to call it Creole, but it wasn't. It's negrosity.
Negrosity. Okay,
Yes.
now you better get ready because this is going to be done soon.
All right.
Now I don't want to rush you along and tell you what to do or anything. You know, I don't like to tell certain people what to do
Well, you know, that's bad.
because it makes them feel rushed. It
Well,
makes
they've been so put upon by society.
yeah, I don't want to do that. You know how sensitive I am.
You're an empath, honey. I know.
You guys, did I ever tell you I'm an empath? Yeah, I'm an empath. I didn't realize. You know what? I knew I was special. I didn't know how special I was because I felt the emotion of empathy. And then I realized, you know what? That's really it's a gift, really. And I'll tell you, the first time I heard about it,
God.
I heard it from what was Doctor. She was a TV doctor. Oh yeah, on Star Trek, Troy. You know, she was a magical empath person. And I then realized, you know what? Maybe I'm an empath too. And so I feel like it's a gift that I know that normal, average, everyday humans don't have. And I believe you're an empath. You feel deeply. I do. And you know what? I always knew you were special. And I don't know. I don't want to just say average common people, but you'll never know what it's like to really feel the pain or the experience of another person. Because that is not a human quality. It's extraordinary to feel that. So just know, if you have those feelings, it's really a gift that you have been given by the goddess. Okay. I'm frying up Marquina's ham.
I like this Knorr. Knorr's good. Oh, thank you.
That's for you.
Ooh.
And you do what you want with it. Okay? Wendy says I was an empath. It was very intense. Army put me on Tegretol for seizures. It caused mild brain damage, and I could no longer feel others. It's a very lonely experience. See now, Wendy, now you know what it's like just to be a normal, average human who doesn't have talents of And I'm sorry about that, dear. Adam says mere mortals don't understand. Just watching how you were so broken after Ben showed his ass last week, I could tell you feel things deeply. I do. Where is he? Ben, are you watching? What city did he live in the UK? I don't know. But somebody said he lives in the section of the UK where he has a white trash accent. Adam, you would know that. I'm not saying that you're the white trash, but you're familiar with the garbage and the UK trash. He had an accent. I forgot where he was from because I was speaking with other people who are watching from the UK. And I said, now, is he the kind of person who lives in an area where he would speak the Queen's English? Or is he like more white trash? Oh, he was in Lancashire. Are you familiar with that, Adam? Adam speaks the Queen's English. Adam's fancy. Okay. Adam is a fancy man. And yeah, but he was being an empath can be it's exhausting. You know, there are times I lay in bed See, now I don't know how strong you people, normal people feel, but I'll lay in bed and my neighbors are so close to my window that I could feel what's coming from the neighbor. And there's times I just lay there and cry. Susan says there are 5 woodpeckers on the ghetto orange house next door. Wait a minute. Susan. Well, hopefully the woodpeckers just get rid of the whole house completely. I mean, you don't need them. But I lay in bed. You guys, I've been to Susan's house, and I'm going to tell you, her neighbors, my goodness. It must be horrible, Susan, to live in such a beautiful place and have such horrible neighbors. You guys, okay, so like I said, I lay in bed at night and I feel so much that I can feel my neighbors. And it's like, is there anywhere I can? This is why I need to move to the middle of nowhere, because I am so empathic that I honestly can't get a good night's sleep. I can't. I lay in bed and I'll feel the experience of what my neighbors are going through, and I start crying. They're a poor immigrant family, and I lay in bed and I feel what they're feeling and what they've had to go through, with all the racism in this country and just the adversity they've had to go through. And me as a privileged American should not even know what that feels like. But it's terrible. And I don't know. I don't know how they do it, but I literally lay in bed and I sob, and Marquina will wake up and she'll go, "What's the matter?" I said, "Our neighbors. I can't even imagine what they're going through, but I could feel. I don't know the details. I'm not a psychic. I'm just an empath. So I don't know the actual details of what they're going through. But the feelings are just so dark and ugly, and I could just imagine what the white Americans are doing to them and how they're being treated." But it's, some people will call it a gift. I think it's a curse. It is. It's a curse because I can't help these people. And here I'm stuck. I mean, in the end, I'm really a victim of it. I shouldn't be burdened with that, Pray for protection, Hoggy. Ask your spirit guides to protect you. Something has to be done, I don't know how to channel this gift into helping people. But and on top of it, they call me puta and things like that. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm an empath and I could feel your feelings. And why is it that I feel all of the negativity and everything that you're feeling, and then you call me a puta? And it just doesn't seem right. Oh my God, Sans, you know what? Oh my God, Susan, I said exactly, if I win the lottery, the $1 billion one that I'm going to win, I said that exact thing. I want to build a home in Big Sur. I said that, or Carmel. Do you feel them having sexy time? No, for some reason, it's just the bad stuff. But I couldn't imagine what sexy time is for them. Definitely not as beautiful as when me and Marquina make love, But I don't feel like they have a full sexual experience like me and Marquina with the tarp and the surgical gloves. If I win the lottery, I'm going to buy the ranch for my parents. Worked on when I was little. It's for sale for 4.9 million and covers 104 acres. Wow, that would be awesome. You'll build me a house? Have I tried sagging? Plus me, what, sagging my pants? Like for what? For my neighbors? It's my dream. I haven't even been there. I just know I would love it, Susan. Haven't even been there. I'm not privileged like you. You guys, Susan is a privileged woman. Tell you. Have you tried baking cookies and giving them to the neighbors? Kill them with kindness. Judy, no, because they would get mad that they weren't churros. Okay? They would call me a racist for not offering them churros. Burning a sage bundle. But see, if I take sage, Wendy, this is where, you know what, your privilege really shows. If I go and buy a sage bundle, that's one less sage bundle that's left for a marginalized person of color. And why would I want to be that person who does that? Wendy, I'm letting you know your privilege is really showing this morning. So true, Hoggy. I don't know. I wonder sometimes about you guys, how little you care about marginalized people. And I'm a lesbian. I'm a marginalized person, but I could still understand that there are people who are more marginalized than me because, I do come from, oppressors. And I understand that even though I am oppressed, I am also part of an oppressed population of people. LOL, I'm Chickasaw and Irish. Both of them used sage in the past. You know what? I don't know, Wendy. But you know what, Wendy? You grew up on a almost $5 million property. How much Chickasaw are you? Come on. We know that the Native Americans don't have anything, and everything was taken from them. And how do you know you're Irish? How do you know that you weren't held prisoner, that your people weren't held prisoner by the Irish? I mean, you're the oppressor and the oppressed. Oh, my ham. Bake them cookies and deliver them with a list of rentals in another area away from your home. What makes you think, see, Judy, this actually shows your racism. What makes you think that they're renting that house, huh? What makes you think that they're just renters and they're not homeowners? You see how racism works? And people, this is a good lesson. We're watching it right here. Kimberly actually believed, because these people were marginalized immigrants, that they possibly could not own a home. No, they're homeowners, okay? Liberian and German hair. I'm a slave and a Nazi. You know what? My people are Liberians too. But my ancestors, well, actually, are Portuguese. So they were actually they were actually the limos that brought the slaves to the New World, I wonder where Marquina is. Marquina must be the most bestest person. We don't own that. LOL. It belonged to the Coca-Cola CEO. We didn't even have running water. We pumped water from outside. I grew up poor. Oh, like Laura Ingalls, Wendy? Do you know who Laura Ingalls is? Did you pump your water like Laura Ingalls? I really liked Little House on the Prairie. I really did. I'm Spanish and Mexican. I'm the conqueror and the conquered. Yeah, you know what? That's so funny. Quite possibly, Lucky. That's very interesting that you say that because me and Marquina were having this discussion where, we live in an area where there's militant Mexicans. And they like to say, often talk about the white man. And I don't know, sometimes they need to be reminded that it was really the white man who made them. And they're speaking the white man's language. I mean, they have all, they love La Raza and all of that stuff. And I'm like, honey, I go, you're speaking the white man's language. And your whole being was created from colonization. Like, you're only Mexican because the Spanish came there and conquered and colonized that area. And for some reason, you guys like the whitest of your own race, which would be indicative of a lot of Spanish blood. And you pretend to hate that, but yet lightness and blue eyes is completely coveted in your own people. And it must be real confusing to them to hear that. And it's like, it's not, I'm not saying it because it's bad. I'm saying it because it's true. And I don't understand. Ooh. I mean, I don't see you being an Aztec. And, I'm not saying that it's good or bad or anything. I'm not even giving my own opinion. I'm just stating what's true. But, I don't know. You're not really living as an Aztec, are you? I think you live a more Spaniard lifestyle than an Aztec or a Mayan lifestyle. That's just my observation. Miss Hoggy, you always speak facts. You're a very wise lesbian. Hoggy, yes, we boiled the water over a hot stove and bathed in the kitchen in a metal trough. Wendy, were you raised in the early 1900s? You must look wonderful for your age. Did you know the Ingalls family? They were a wonderful family, the Ingalls. Now the Olsons, Nils, I remember Nils. He was a wonderful man, but Harriet and oh God, don't even get me started on Nellie and Willie. They were horrible kids. Okay, Marquina.
All right.
You got eggs and ham just sitting there.
Thank you.
And I did cook the ham, and I did brown it up, but I didn't make shoe leather out of it. Now, I don't know if you wanted leather ham or... I'm 50 and I grew up in Hunt, Texas.
Whatever contains the most melanin, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that Nellie Olson, back in Walnut Grove, that's she was something. Hoggy so wise. Thank you so much. Kimberly, although being German Irish, I could have had one ancestor who enslaved another, fell in love, and had to flee from their own families because their love was forbidden. You guys, I want you to know that my great-grandparents were second cousins because back in the old country, they would arrange marriages. Might explain a lot, huh? I did have one great aunt who did spend some time in the sanitarium. Nellie Olson was the first Karen. But Nils, he was a nice man. Nils was a good man.
So gassy today.
Marquina, when you went out today on your adventure, did you get a donut?
No. You want a donut?
No, I was just asking if you got one.
I've never seen anyone so excited about it.
I always wanted to see Michael Landon naked. Second cousin is legal to marry. Only first cousins can't marry. You know what, Wendy? I'm gonna tell you. You can go on Google and you can Google up Michael Landon bulge, and you'll get a lot of pictures of him from Bonanza. If that's what you, if you're in that kind of thing, Wendy. You guys, if you want to see it, it's online. You can find whatever you want. You've got to know the keywords to ask. I got close a couple of times. He did take his shirt off. I remember when he was on Highway to Heaven. And I think he got pancreatic cancer. Like, oh my God. Charles Ingalls is going down. But he sure kept that big fluffy hair, didn't he? He started getting a little skeletal looking, sunken eyes, but he kept that big, puffy, poofy hair. It was almost like a big permed mullet. I was in love with Eric Estrada from Chips when I was a kid. Barbecue Becky was the first Karen, priceless bitch. What? Nancy, who's Barbecue Becky? Oh. Is she the one on with the Oakleys on the phone? Victor French, that's right. I don't remember his name on Highway to Heaven, but he was Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards on Little House. I do remember BJ and the Bear. I remember it. I don't remember specific episodes of it. His daughter is Teeter on Yellowstone. I haven't seen Yellowstone. Afrolet. Cross between afro and a mullet. My grandma Gladys, or my friend Gladys, she had one. Oh, she had a permed. Oh, I should show it one day. She would die. Gladys, are you watching? Could I show the picture of you and your mullet with your permed hair? The one of you're like modeling next to the tree. Battlestar Galactica. Oh my God, Kimberly had the hots for Greg Evigan. Battlestar Galactica. I remember when they had you would go to Universal Studios and you could go through the Battlestar Galactica stuff. I remember that when I was really young. And I think the Cylons, they were the robots, and they would like shoot lasers at you. Wendy loved Greg. God, are you guys getting moist? Whatever happened to Greg Evigan? Did he die? Oh, you ladies who like Greg Evigan. It's funny, I just thought of his a young version of him. Look up William White. He's very popular on TikTok. He's probably in his 20s, but he'll remind you of a Greg Evigan. He kind of looks like an early 80s, heartthrob. And he kind of reminds me of kind of like a Greg Evigan. He's from that time period, and he's very popular. And he'll sit there and lip sync in the, in the camera. Look at you already know. Looking real sweet, Hoggy. Thank you, Rex. Rex, how you doing? Scarab City moist. So Wendy, do you know who William White is on TikTok? I would imagine he's also on Instagram and probably Facebook too. Scarab City knows what I'm talking about. And William White, cute, right? And you know what? You look at his profiles and stuff, and it's all older women. because they see him and it instantly reminds them of their youth and the boys of that era that they were falling in love with. If you look at it, you see a lot of Generation Xers and midlife crisis women. Does he give a good smoky eye to the camera? Oh, no makeup. He's all wait. He kind of has that kind of carefree hair. And plus, he'll talk in the camera like you're his friend. He makes a lot of money, I'll tell you that. What's his name? William White. I'll tell you what got him famous was this one video. It was a meme that he did of he was lip syncing um okay, this is it. I gotta get to the right part of the song. If I could fly, I'd lift you up, take you into the night, and show you love like you've never seen. Anyway, so he like lip syncs that and he's like in slow motion and he tosses his hair and he stares into the camera and he just makes you think, I'm going to make love to you. And it's going to be pure innocent love. He's not going to break your cervix. He's not going to, pound your head into the wall or into the headboard. He's really going to make it soft and tender. He is. And it's going to be good. And he might even, as you're having an orgasm, look in your eyes and cry with you. One day he was taking requests because I'm a normal woman, and I was watching him and he was taking requests. And you know what I suggested? Because he does pick like early 80s and late 70s songs. And I said, you know what, William, you need to do that Andy Gibbs song, I Want to Be Your Everything. Michelle Browning, I am eating an egg burrito that I made. Michelle Browning, are you going to go to your mother's house on Friday? She's making dinner. Michelle Browning is the daughter of Gladys. No, but I told him, you know what, William, you need to sing I Want to Be Your Everything by Andy Gibb. You remember that song? I just want to be your everything. I used to know it all. Wait. It's not, anyway, it's a slow song. Because even though I'm a lesbian, I know what gets the women moist. I know what gets them moist. That was a good burrito. I'm very impressed with myself. I put just enough of the Knorr chicken bouillon in the scrambled eggs. I hope so. My car broke down. Well, Michelle Browning, that means no. We all know. You guys, when somebody tells you, what day is it today? The day before an event that you've been invited to. Hey, are you going to RSVP and confirm whether you're going to come or not? And they say, I hope so. My car broke down. What that means is they are paving a road and they're laying down the groundwork for it to be no. They're just not going to commit to the no. Okay. But that's what that means. Okay. So it's just some advice. Hagatha can fix it. She just did her own brakes. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you, Michelle Browning, I don't know what's going on with your car. Michelle's handy too. Michelle Browning is almost a lesbian. She is a lesbian who likes men. Okay? So she will have sexual relationships with them. She will live with them. She will hang out with them. But she really is a lesbian. Okay. She's not afraid to wrench on a car. She'll get on her back for more than just a man, but to actually get on a creeper and get under a car and change them. She said, "You are so stupid." I want you guys to know. Okay, so I made scrambled eggs and ham for Marquina. And I said, "Do you want a burrito?" And she said, "Yes." There was one tortilla left. So what did Marquina decide to do? I'm going to make me toast. I'm going to make me toast with my scrambled eggs and my ham.
Yep.
Michelle says, "You're hurting people." You know what, Michelle? Maybe I am. You know what I'm going to tell you? Have you ever been on the brink of death? Have you ever been in a hospital bed faced with your own mortality? I have. I have. And this is the thing. I think people go one of two ways. You're laying in a bed of death and pain, and you're sitting there you're faced with the whole prospect of never waking up again and never taking another breath. And you lay there and you know that your life is in the hands of strange men you've never met before with hairy knuckles. And you're like, am I even going to wake up from this procedure that these men claim that I need? And I'm faced with that. And I was prepared to see the light. You see the empath in me, Kimberly? Yes. As I was laying on that bed, that hard metal bed, they didn't even care about my comfort. First of all, it took 6 men to move me from the gurney to the operating table. It's not even a bed, it's an operating table. It's really something you'd find in a kitchen, an industrial kitchen. It's just a sheet of metal on legs. They moved me over there and they put my arms out. It was almost like I was on a cross and they were sticking needles in me. Get over it. It's over. And they had a big light on top of me. And I see all these men with the hats on and the masks. And then this man gets behind me, and I'm crying here. He gets behind me and he basically straddles my head. My head is in his crotch. Now, have you seen the perverted story about the doctor who gives their women anesthesia? Look it up. This man is giving women anesthesia, knocking them out, and then there's a curtain in front of them, blocking them from the surgeon. Do you want to know what that doctor back there was doing? He was putting his body parts in her mouth and pleasuring himself. That could have happened to me. I don't even know now. I know it's possible. I never even knew it was possible. Anyway, so I'm on the table, and then he looks down at me, and he's like, "You're going to go to bed now." And I was prepared at that moment. I'm going to see the light, and I am going to die here. Do you know that what they did to me, Michelle? They actually took a scalpel. Look at that. They sliced me down between my breasts. And they probably fondled me. Now, there was a woman in there, but she was kind of a lesbian. And so I was thinking, nothing's worse. I'll tell you, nothing's worse than a lesbian. You don't trust yourself to be passed out in front of another lesbian. But anyway, they then took a saw, like a circular saw, and sawed me down my chest. They then put an apparatus in me and spread open my skin, my muscles, soft tissue, and my bones. They then put me on a life support machine where actually a machine was breathing for me. Do you even know what that's like? Kimberly, probably just giving you a free breast exam. And you're getting their jollies off, I can tell you that. And I guarantee the lesbian was moist. She was probably playing with my fun bags. Anyway, they actually had to hold my heart. They they were playing with my heart. Anyway, they cut veins out of my legs. They rerouted my heart, and it was a very, especially being an empath. Could you imagine me being an empath and having to feel the things that I feel? Hoggy, I had cameras in my brain. They kept me in twilight, so I only remember a very few specific details, but I truly thought I was going to die. Yours was much more intense. I love you. So as I lay on that metal slab, being fondled, possibly my mouth being used for oral pleasure, and doctors in my chest cavity, me being on machines,
Unconscious mouth sex.
unconscious mouth sex from an anesthesiologist. They get paid very well too. You mean to tell me you can't hire a high priced hooker? Anyway, oh, but you see a woman, you don't see a woman like me every day in the operating room. And he probably thought, oh, what a wonderful opportunity. So anyway, I don't even know what we were talking about, Michelle, but you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. She probably could have used a pair of those period panties. You had to sop up all the moisture, giving me a panic attack. I'm traumatized from your story. But I laid there on a metal slab with the uncertainty if I will ever breathe again on my own from away from a machine. Sharon said I woke up during surgery. I was snoring so loud. I woke myself up. I just felt tugging, no pain. Really, Sharon? My goodness. Now, are you a woman of color? They may not have used enough anesthesia on you. Did you know how they do that to people of color? They just get, they're saving money. Who cares? Who cares if you wake up? Kimberly says, baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody the way I love you. But as I lay there with the uncertainty of life and my mortality, I pulled through. And although I was in bed for 2 days unconscious because I almost didn't make it. They tried to bring me to, they pulled the tube out of me and my numbers went down. The world almost lost me for a second time. Apparently they popped it back in, but I wasn't even aware of it. But I did the second time they pulled it out. Oh, I was aware. Gladys was sitting next to me. And do you know her phone was going off? We're in ICU. And I am sitting there. They brought me to, and I had the ventilator in my mouth. Fupa out and everything. They probably fondled my fupa. So I'm laying there and I'm like, and I felt this thing going down my throat. And at first I thought it was still the anesthesiologist, but it wasn't. It was a long to hard thing, not the anesthesiologist, a long hard thing that went like, it felt like it was down here. And so your mouth is open like a sex doll, being completely vulnerable to all these men that are coming in there and touching you. They kept coming in, feeling my breasts. Oh, we're checking the incision and the tube. Sure you are. I know what you guys are doing. I'm not stupid. No, I wasn't born yesterday. Fupa out. Okay. Oh, you love me. Thank you, parrot girl. Did somebody unplug you to charge their phone? I wouldn't put it past Marquina. Marquina, when you came into the ICU, did you unplug anything so you could put your phone charger in there?
Several times, but the nurses and staff caught me.
Apparently, the machine started beeping when my vitals went too low, and so they came in and would find her phone charger, and she was sitting there watching YouTube videos.
I had to have something to do.
So anyway, finally they pull the thing out of my throat, And first I'm laying there. They wake me up and I feel the hard thing in my mouth, and it wasn't the anesthesiologist. And so I'm sitting there, and then I look over like that and I see Gladys sitting there, and her phone is loudly going off. And I'm like, we're in ICU. These people are on the brink of death. They're just waking up from a surgery. And your phone is just going off. What are you doing? And I'm like, apparently, she told me I was doing this. She said I was looking at her going, and then they finally removed it. And I guess the first thing I said to her was, turn off your phone. That's rude. And then she said, my phone is off. Apparently, I was hearing the machines, and I thought it was her phone. That's what you get with Obama healthcare. Hi, Josh. But I just couldn't believe it. And, but back to Michelle Browning, you don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, my car is broke down. I don't know if I'll make it. Darling, it's 24 hours before you got to be there. Don't con a Connor. Okay. You're just setting up a no answer. Okay. So basically what you do is, this is what people do. Okay. I know. Oh, my whole point was, Michelle, because I was on the brink of death, there are some people who come out of that experience and go, I've been given a second chance and I'm just going to love the world and be appreciative. Then there's some people who come out and they go, you know what? I've been living long enough and I'm just sick of the bullshit and I'm just not going to bullshit anymore. That's where I'm at. I'm not the, oh, I'm going to go adopt abused animals. No, you know what I want? I want a designer animal. That's what I want. I want an overbred, almost retarded, beautiful little toy dog. That's what I want. I don't care about the homeless dogs that have been abused, the crippled ones. There's always that good person who goes, you know what? You should always adopt an animal. And of course, when people adopt animals, they always have to tell you they adopted it and rescued it and saved it. And I'm like, no, you know what? That used to be me. I used to, want to go to the pound and go, I want the ugliest animal that's almost on the brink of death. The more crippled, the better. And then I used to take the dog and I would put a leash on it and I would flaunt it around the neighborhood. And when people would look, oh, that poor pathetic animal. You're such a good person. You are a good person, Hoggy. Poor Gladys. Did you apologize? I bet you blamed her, didn't you? A designer pooch to go with your designer cooch. Hey, mortuary artist, how are you? And so I was sitting there. This dog, the dog should have been put to sleep. But, it was still hanging on because, life is precious. So that dog had one leg and had one leg in the front and was in a wheelchair in the back. We made Marquina went out to the garage and made a little wheelchair for it so we could rest its stump on the wheelchair. It was like a slab of wood. It was teak. It was very nice. And she stained it and everything. It was beautiful. And we had Velcro straps and we would strap its torso on the wood. And she got little legs. What did Josh say? Oh, to go with my cooch. She got Velcro strapping. It was really nice. Strapped so the torso would stay. It still had a tail though. It didn't have two back legs. Michelle says that's a bold-faced lie. What about the dog? No, the bold-faced lie is that your car is broke and that you're going to try to make it to dinner tomorrow. That's the bull. You're not going to. You have no intention on coming. Do you? No. The dog, it was nothing but a torso with a tail and one leg in the front. Okay. So Marquina made a little cart for the dog. We went to the store. They got training wheels, child's training wheels for a bicycle.
Oh, the dragger?
Yes, the drag. Marquina would sometimes call it the dragger, the dog, because sometimes it would have diarrhea and it would drag itself with its leg. If she didn't have the wheelchair, she would drag herself into the yard. She still made it to the grass, and she would leave a trail of diarrhea, but she would leave most of it on the grass, and we would just have to wash it off a little bit. But it was still that dog, bless her heart. She tried with that one leg. I mean, just think if you had a child with just one arm, and that child did not want you to clean up after it and just did whatever it could to make itself to the toilet. I mean, what a goddess send. But anyway, so Marquina made this cart for it. And so you could still put a leash on the dog, and the dog had two wheels on the back of the cart, and we used the one leg like a peg to walk forward. And it was really muscular. The one leg was very muscular and would pull itself as we walked it. And I'll tell you, the people were just admiring that dog and would say how pretty it was and how cute it was and how lucky it was that it had parents like me and Marquina. And you know what? It felt good. It felt good. You want to go eat. So anyway, the eventually she did die, but she tried the whole time. This story is too long. I gotta work on my car. Really, Michelle, let me ask you something. What's wrong with your car? I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with cars, Michelle. So you kind of just give me some symptoms of what's happening, and I'll give you some possibilities. What's going on? Hmm? Did you not put oil in your car? Huh? Did you neglect the engine? Do you want to know something? It misfires. Okay. Have you put in some new spark plugs and made sure that they were gapped properly? Have you changed your spark plug wires? Why don't you do that? Have you done it? A code PO30. And what does that mean? Then you should know exactly what's wrong with it. If it's going to give you a code, you should know exactly what's wrong with it. Look at even Kimberly says the plugs are bad. Josh said, so kind of you to adopt an amputee handicapped child. Well, see, and that's the thing now. Now that I was on the verge of death, I have decided, you know what? I no longer need people to think I'm a wonderful person. It's cool packs. I don't even know what the hell that means, Michelle. I don't even know what cool pack seeds. Coil. It's the coil. Okay. Why don't you go to pick apart and get a new one?
What kind of car is it?
What kind of car is it? Okay, so anyway, I no longer need people to think I'm a good person and me using a crippled animal to make people think I'm good. I can be a good person and still have a designer dog. People say, oh, don't buy from puppy mills. No, that's exactly where I want my dog from because I want it to be perfect. Do you know Marquina in her industry with koi fish? She has a Chevy Blazer. Anyway, do you know that in the koi world, you know that you people go to all these ponds, these serene and zen Japanese ponds, and you find your spirit there. You center your spirit. You look at these beautiful fish swimming, rhythmically in the water in like a little pack, and they look so beautiful, and you just feel relaxation. Do you know how many fish were actually slaughtered to get that beautiful moment that you're experiencing? You don't feel so great now, do you? Do you know how many ugly koi fish there are compared to pretty ones?
And there's some ugly ones.
A billion to one. So when you see a pretty koi fish, that was the lucky survivor. Okay? The rest ended up in a blender. Like literally.
Its 500,000 brothers and sisters are now fish food.
That one fish had 5,000 brothers and sisters that are now fish food, 100,000 fish food. They get a net and they go, this is what they do. Now, men used to do this to us. You're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're pretty. Pretty one, you get to be put in the nice, clean, pristine tank. Now, that's just when it's little. It doesn't mean it's going to continue to be pretty. So you better be performed as a beautiful fish, okay? Now, you're becoming a teenager. You're getting ugly. Your patterns are not good. Oh, the colors are not. They're bleeding together. Okay, you're in a blender. This is what they do to fish. Okay, I bet none of you even considered that. You don't consider the fish. All you care about are the dogs. Okay, all life matters. So while you think you're a good, wonderful person and you're finding your, connecting with your ancient Asian spirit in a Japanese garden, watching these quiet koi fish swim around as you're hearing bamboo wind chimes and the wind rustling through the trees, you're actually looking at the survivors of a Holocaust. You need an F2 Savannah cat. That is just you in feline form. Oh, really? What puppy are you looking for? Scarab, I am looking for a toy white Maltese. That's what I'm looking for. I want a Maltese, a toy Maltese. I want to give it a puppy cut, but I also want to give it like a little ponytail. There's no way that I'm getting the kind that where the hair grows to the ground and it has the big long, ponytail. No way. It's too much work and I'm too lazy. I don't even like to comb my own hair that much. So I'll give it a puppy cut, but with a little ponytail. And I want to spoil it to death. I do. I want a rotten little lap dog. Rotten. I don't care. It has, I'm going to spoil it to death. I mean, how many of you would be so lucky to be born and bought by some woman who just wants to love you to death and spoil you to death. I mean, it's not like it's going to grow up and go in society and have children. You know what I mean? So I want to feed it anything it wants. I don't care if it becomes obese and dies, where it only has a 12-year life expectancy anyway. That dog is there for my pleasure, and I want to bestow upon it everything, and I want to spoil it. I want to give it to the best foods. I want to take it. I mean, this little dog is going to have a world of experience. It's going to travel. It's going to meet people. It's going to go to the beach. It's going to go to the restaurants with me in my little bag, because I will do it because everybody else is doing it. And here I am. Ever since I was a child, dogs weren't allowed in grocery stores or in hospitals or in restaurants. They were animals. Well, no, they're not animals anymore. And so I, for years, have been irritated going, why do I have to step over a dog at Panera Bread? Why do I have to deal with this? Oh, it's a service animal. Okay, well, I'm a handicapped woman. I just recently had a heart attack and a triple bypass. I need a support animal. I do too. You know what? You're not going to beat them. Join them. So now I'm going to have a little support stuffed animal with me that I'm going to spoil to death because I need it, because I have anxiety. I just saw it this morning. I love it. They are very cute. I put my fish to sleep with Old Bass oil. Broke my heart. Is that clove oil? Because Marquina's used clove oil on fish. You can call it shiitake, like the dog in Overboard. I did. Is that the new Overboard or the old one with Goldie Hawn? I love that movie. It's gonna have its own Instagram. Oh, Mara, it will. I want a Pomsky, a Pomeranian. Oh, you know what? I did want a Pomeranian that looked like a teddy bear. That's what I want. Ben had a teddy bear Pomeranian. Too bad he's a dick. But that's only. Hi, Lisa. This is the thing. I I I don't. Okay, I know me. Okay, I do know me. It's taken me 50 years, 52 years to know me. I have to have a dog that's as low maintenance as possible, but still everything that I want. The Maltese has straight hyperallergenic hair, and I can cut it like a pup, like get the puppy cut, so it doesn't need a whole lot of combing and brushing. If I have a Pomeranian, I want it to be the teddy bear kind, and I know it takes a lot of grooming to get it to look that way. And what would happen is I would neglect its hair, and it would then get ugly, and I wouldn't love it anymore, and then I'd want to give it up. Okay, I just know me. So, and I'm doing this for the pet too. Okay, that's what I want, and I've researched it for years. I've decided, yes, the Maltese is the dog for me. Italian Greyhound are sloths. Is that what you guys, you want to know what? But the thing is, oh, I love Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. The Overboard movie is hilarious. I love it. Do you know that in one of the scenes where she's in the yacht, she's in a harbor. She's actually in Oregon. I think they were calling it Elk Grove or Elk Snot. It's actually in a city in Oregon on the coast, and you could see a hotel in the background. I stayed in that hotel. I instantly recognized it. And I swear to God, I go, wait a minute. Overboard was filmed here. And then I'm not kidding you. I then went on Google and I found out it was actually filmed there. And then I went on YouTube and then I found the scene where the yacht is there in the harbor and I could see the hotel I stayed in. I doubt anyone gets that reference. Which reference? Italian greyhounds are sloths. Um, you'd have to hire a full-time groomer. Rosie Kellogg. They don't know what that means. But anyway, I found out. Okay, do you know the most intelligent dog is a border collie? I followed by a poodle and then a German Shepherd. I saw that on a list last night. The Maltese is not the smartest of dogs, which is fine. I don't need a crafty, scheming little animal. I need an animal that's just smart enough to know where its food comes from, and and enough to where it knows it has to adore me. And the dog is perfect for what I want. It's a little lap dog, and it will stay in your lap, and it can get attached to the owner. I've always, ever since my grandma, I've always wanted a dog, and people think that this is horrible, and I don't care. That I want a little dog to sit in my lap and know that that is its spot, and I want it to growl at people as they walk by, like it's going to protect me. I want a jealous little Maltese dog. And for them to bite is very rare. It's not like a poodle will bite. My grandmother had a poodle and it would bite you. She had several and they all bit you. Um, I if you got too close to her, the dog would just show its teeth and growl and then it snap at you. And I believe it bit my sister underneath the kitchen table once just because she moved her foot too close to my grandma. Now the Maltese isn't that vicious. It isn't that vicious. And it rarely will bite you. But it's the 111th most smartest dog. And that's okay. I don't need it. I don't need it to do tricks for me. I don't need it to fetch for me. It just has to sit in my lap and look cute and lovingly stare at me and know that I'm its mommy and everything in this world comes through me. And I'll spoil it. And I think I want a boy. I think I want a boy. We had an Australian Shepherd, and she was the best dog ever. It was hard when she passed away. I grew up with her. She was a big part of my family. My granny had a dog like that. Its name was Buffy, and she was a mini poodle. I put a water bowl outside my shop every day. It's a great conversation point. Middle of the class. Don't need to be valedictorian, right, Lisa? I don't need a genius dog, and I don't want it too smart. Really, I mean, do you really want a highly intelligent animal in your home? You don't want it to be smarter than you. I mean, I'm not the smartest, I'm not the smartest kid in the class. I'm not that smart. I don't want a dog smarter than me. I just want a cute little dog. See, this is the thing. I used to want one years ago because I've been wanting one for years, and then I was researching, do I really want a Maltese? I wanted a girl and name her Zsa Zsa Gabor, but I want a boy. And wait, Sharon says I have a French bulldog like that. It's actually embarrassing to bring him in public, but he likes his space from other people and dogs. Josh said, do you know also a chow? The chow dog, with the black tongue, is considered one of the stupidest dogs ever. And also, I was shocked, a beagle is considered very stupid, and an Afghan. They're considered to be really dumb animals. Fergus is way too smart. Yeah, see, I don't want a dog that's too smart. A Chihuahua come at me too as a kid. I remember giving that a kick right in the throat. You know what I wanted also? I researched. I wanted a white. A friend of mine has a dog named Jaja. Chow chows are also aggressive. Yeah, I was, I'm telling you to do my research. And okay, what are the dumbest dogs? What are the smartest dogs? The chow is at the very bottom. It's like, it's a very dumb dog, which is weird. It's Asian, isn't it? A chow is Asian. And for it to be stupid, I'm really shocked. I don't know if it's Asian or not. Get a German taco. Oh, are there, you know what? Do you know? Okay, listen, I think, okay, German Shepherds. A lot of people like them. I'm not that super fond of the German Shepherd. First of all, okay, I grew up with one next door to me. Her name was Bernice. Beautiful, wonderful dog. My God, but the shedding was terrible. I'm just not going to deal with it. You know what? Why? It's like what Grandma always said. This is back before I was a lesbian. She would tell me, Hagatha, I want you to think about something. It's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor man. And I never really understood what she meant as a little girl, but as I got older, I understood. I mean, why fall in love with a poor man when you could have a rich one and then he'll take care of you? And so my thing was, why, Hagatha, why pick a dog that's going to shed and make life harder for you and has more of a fur than a hair, which can tend to stink and get greasy? When you can have a beautiful, pure white dog with hair, with minimal shedding. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make life easy on myself. All the inbreeding, they're super protective. Our Lucy was a German taco, a min pin. Oh, a min pin and a Chihuahua. Oh my goodness. You know what? Gladys had a min pin. His name was Brutus. That dog was vicious. Yeah, vicious animal. Oh, I gotta take my medicine. Vicious animal. And somebody stole him. It was very popular for a while for truckers to get a min pin. And yeah, Brutus was stolen from her truck. First when you said a German taco, I thought you meant a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua. Oh my God, could you imagine watching that breed? The breeding of that dog? Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess it would be less painful if the German Shepherd was the female, but imagine if the female was the Chihuahua. I mean, could you imagine that? You guys, I gotta put my medicines together real quick. German Shepherds aren't good-looking dogs for me. I'm a fan of American Bulldogs. You want to know something, Shannon? The Bulldog was on the list of not intelligent animals. I was shocked. Now, my friend Megan, she has English Bulldogs, and I don't know if they're different than the American Bulldogs. And, I don't know, her dog is kind of, I don't know if it's the smartest kid in the class, so I'll just say that. That's what Fergus is, Chihuahua and a German Shepherd. Really? The mom was the German Shepherd. I mean, did she even feel anything? Just typical of a man. Get on top, get off, and then roll off. You know what I mean? I bet that's what the Chihuahua was like. It would kill the dog if the male is bigger. My dog visitors today were a Labrador, a German Shepherd, a St. Bernard. I bought biscuits for them tomorrow. You know what? We have a friend who lives in Oregon named James. He's a St. Bernard guy. It started out with one, and now I think he has 3. My God, could you? The work involved. The work. No, I can't do that. I mean, they're beautiful animals. But you know what? I mean, and I'm really glad. There are people who put up with a lot. They will. And good, I'm glad they think it's worth it. I don't. I want the most easy, simple, because while I do love animals, but I'm not one of those animal fanatics, okay? I don't feel the need whenever I see an animal to get down at their level and pet them and, ignore the owner. I'll talk to the owner for a little bit and I'll be like, oh, you have a beautiful dog. And I think I have a healthy respect for animals. But then there's just people who just don't know how to behave around an animal. Like, my God, why do you gotta fondle it? Goodness. I have 3 pit mixes. Nah, they're just dumb with a cute accent. She was probably sleeping when the Chihuahua snuck up, got a piece, and she never knew it. My best dog was a Feist. I don't know what that is, Lisa. What's a Feist? The Saint Bernard is called Kai. So get sea monkeys. You know what, Lisa? No, because a sea monkey isn't going to look at me and worship me. I want to be God. I mean, aren't we really, honestly, to these little animals? We're basically God to them. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. We're God, and they look at us for love. They look at us for food. They look at us for everything. We are their gods. I don't know the names of any of the owners of the dog park, only the dogs. See, Lisa, I bet you're the type of girl, you get on the ground and you roll around on the shit and piss grass over there at the dog park. You probably get on all fours and bark at the dogs and, have fun with them, put a ball in your mouth and run around, play with it. Teddy Roosevelt dog. You mean the president's dog, or is that the name of the dog? It's called a Teddy Roosevelt. Andy Roy says vicious. What? My friend's mom used to breed min pins. Inbreed dumb. Oh yeah, they are vicious. Kai got uncomfortable in front of my grandson. Did he bite him? A hairless cat. I do love cats. We have 2 cats. I do love cats. We have a long orange-haired male, and we have what you would call they call them tuxedo, a male tuxedo cat. Absolutely. They're both wonderful animals. We deliberately picked, and yes, it was a rescue animal, so I'm a good person. We deliberately picked the orange long-haired tabby because doing my research, we all find different research. So somebody might contradict what I'm going to say. But the orange long-haired male tabby is supposed to be one of the best cats to own. And honestly, we have discovered it is, for us anyway. We really hit the jackpot with our cat. He's now 10 years old, and he has just turned into the most loving, just kickback cat. And both cats are in and out cats. The orange one is named Prometheus. Mark named him. Or Marquina named him. And we have a friend who's a cat rescue person who adopts cats out. So we said, this is what we want. And then one day she goes up, she goes, well, I have one. At 3 months old, we fixed them, got them fixed really young so they don't grow up and do all the boy stuff. And they don't. Neither one of them do boy stuff. And but they are indoor-outdoor cats. They're outside right now. I think they come in the lesbian starter kit. What, the Teddy Roosevelt? Oh, hairless cats look like gargoyles. They do. They're kind of scary, aren't they? But where's Peaches? Right, Tara? That's Peaches. Prometheus thought he was trans for a while. We started calling him Peaches. We wanted to respect his pronouns and his choice. So we went by, we called him Peaches. We got him a pink harness and a leash. Because we gave him a choice, a blue one or a pink one. He picked the pink one. We're all, okay, welcome to the world, Peaches. And but since then he picks the blue ones. And he let us know, no, I'm a boy. Today is Thursday, okay. So I just filled up all my medicines for the week. Peaches is probably outside. Peaches will spend time in the garage with Marquina. But yeah, Prometheus, he stays around the house in the yard. And I have 3 tuxedos. One got his sister knocked up. Okay, our tuxedo. He has a little Hitler mustache, but it's over to the side a little bit. And does Peaches try to eat the koi? No. The funny thing is, we originally got the koi fish to entertain the cats. I know that sounds weird and made up, but we had just got the cats, and of course they were our newborn babies. And like, oh, we gotta entertain them, and we have a good idea. We'll get a kiddie pool, for kids, the little plastic $5 ones, and then we got a 2x4 and put it over the top like a catwalk. We filled it with water and we put rocks and sand in it, and we went to Walmart and bought koi fish. They were like this big. They were $5. Well, they started getting bigger, and then Marquina's like, "Oh my God, we need a bigger tank." So we went and bought a 300-gallon horse trough, and then we put them in there. And this is really how we got started with koi fish. Anyway, some of them died, some stayed alive, but the cats had no interest in playing or even looking at the fish. So anyway, now it's Marquina. Marquina now plays with fish. But no, they don't ever try. They've never tried to bother the fish. But while Peaches is very nice and is a homebody, and Oreo, the tuxedo one, now he likes to go out and catch a mouse and bring it home, and he's adventurous. And sometimes we'll find him across the street. We'll be driving our car and we'll stop and we'll see him in their planter. We'll roll down the window and we say, "You're cheating on us." We'll accuse him of cheating on us because now he's at our neighbor's house. "What are you doing cheating on us?" Being at the neighbors. And he'll hurry up and run home. Mark does a great job with the koi. He does. He's having a problem. Or Marquina's having a problem right now with algae because it got so hot and sunny that all of a sudden it starts growing. So her water quality isn't that great, and that really makes her mad. So she's been really working hard trying to improve her water. But if anybody wants a koi fish, you just let Marquina know, because she's found several babies that survived in one of her tanks that she didn't know were there. So, but they're not pretty ones. Copper gets rid of it. What is copper? Oh, it gets rid of the algae. I'll let Marquina know. I know she was using barley. Barley is supposed to do something. Anyway. All right, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. God, it's already 1 o'clock here. I got things I gotta do. I gotta do some laundry. I gotta get with Gladys. I'm going to Gladys's house tomorrow for dinner. She's making lasagna. That'll be nice. Her whole family will be there. I haven't seen them in a while. Michelle Browning's supposed to be there, but we'll see. We'll see if she goes. All right, you guys. I love you guys. You have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.